You're listening to the podcast about little-known niche subcultures and hobbies that reintroduces you to your neighbors in Technicolor. I'm Leslie Thompson, and it's niche to meet you. So in December of 1823, there's a poem published about Santa Claus by a guy named Clement Moore. At the time, it was called A Visit from St. Nicholas, but we call it now, most commonly, "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." He took congealed traditions from across the world, and it inspired the visual of Santa we recognize today. It inspired the illustrations by Thomas Nast, which then inspired the illustrations by Coca-Cola. The whole lore kind of comes from this poem, and if you listen to the 3-part series about professional Santas, you'll know all this already. In fact, you probably know that last year, after the series was done, I took several different Santas reading this poem, and I created this piece. It was a sort of reimagining, but read by these Santas with different flavors and styles from all over the world. And so I decided this year that I would release it again. It's the same thing. I didn't change anything, but I adore this piece so much. You probably wouldn't know it to listen, but it is pretty technical. There are a lot of gymnastics I had to do and apply some really fun technical magic tricks to make it sound cohesive, to make it sound like all these Santas might have been in the same room. And the end result is this beautiful quilted performance of this 200-year-old poem that has impacted so much of our Christmas understanding today. These are professional Santas from across cultures, continents. They each bring their own voice, body, and their own experience to the character. So these are the Santas that you're going to hear in this piece. I love them so much. You're going to hear Santa's True, Shed, who is now NPR famous, Jay Isa, who is the only certified Santa in Jerusalem and all of Israel, actually, Lincoln Malcolm from the UK, he's Father Christmas in his village every year, Ben, who is the most sought-after Santa in my town, and Robert from Norway, one of the earliest places to have Santa lore. It's probably one of the earliest documented places that have traditions that eventually become Santa Claus. So not everyone has Clark Griswold in their house to make them sit down on Christmas Eve and listen to this poem, but I hope you find a time to listen to this in your car, making cookies, cleaning, or maybe even snuggled up with your loved ones or just yourself on Christmas Eve in front of a fire. So this is "'Twas the Niche Before Christmas." Enjoy. We'll see you in 2026.
"'Twas the night before Christmas.
'Twas 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 the night before Christmas.
When all through the house,
Not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
The stockings were hung by the chimney with care.
in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there.
The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads.
And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap
Had just settled in for a long winter's nap.
When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter.
Away from the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash.
The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below.
when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer.
With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick.
More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came.
And he whistled and shouted and called them by name.
Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer, now Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner, and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all.
As leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky.
Up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too.
And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof.
As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound.
He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot.
A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler, just opening his pack.
His eyes, how they twinkled. His dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses. His nose like a cherry.
His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and his beard on his chin was as white as snow.
The stump of a pipe he held tight to his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath.
He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly.
He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf.
And I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself.
A wink of an eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread.
He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work.
And filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk.
And laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose.
He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle.
And away they all flew, like the down of a thistle.
But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all!
Happy Christmas to all.
Happy Christmas to all!
Happy Christmas to all!
Happy Christmas to all.
Happy Christmas to all!"
Happy Christmas to all. And to all, a good night.
I hope you enjoyed this episode, my new niche buddy. There are more episodes waiting for you wherever you're listening to this one right here, right now. So go find them, like our episode about dog agility, or like vintage car radio restoration. There is so much more to be found in the Nicheverse. I'm so glad to have had you with us. Don't be a stranger. We'll see you next time.